Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the 5th episode of Hold Your Achoo. The issue we're going to address this week is India and South Africa's bid to temporarily lift patent protections for COVID-19 vaccines and the opposition from the pharmaceutical industry. To summarize this Washington Post report, Big Pharma is arguing that having to give up patent protections is bad for future innovation, and there's certainly no pushover. That makes complete sense to me. I mean, it's a short-term versus long-term thing. In the short run, it might save, I don't know, maybe tens of millions of lives, but in the long run, it's going to stifle innovation because the drug companies are going to feel like they're cheated out of their hard work.
He and pharma argue that patents help foster innovation, which creates the life-saving drugs that we all benefit from. This, too, is largely a lie. Revolutionary mRNA technology that pharma is so worried about monopolizing now was developed by university researchers and scientists at the NIH and the Department of Defense.
Wait, what? So you're saying many of the foundational innovations behind the life-saving drugs and vaccines have been done by not-for-profit institutions? This is so wrong. I mean, who do these people think they are, huh? Absolutely selfish and lacking in foresight. Hey, stop innovating for little to no money just because you think you can save the world, okay? The end goal of innovation is money. Anyway, it doesn't matter now. The ship has sailed. Now even the US has backed waiving intellectual property rights for COVID-19 vaccines.
Germany has rejected a US-backed proposal to waive patents for COVID-19 vaccines.
We don't end this.
The Trudeau government says it supports negotiating waivers, but isn't committing to anything.
What? Germany isn't in? And Canada? Come on, a consensus is needed for this to pass at the WTO. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, first, you win the hearts and minds of the Indian people with this? And now you're just gonna break their hearts, huh? Okay, whether we like it or not, pharmaceutical companies are profit-driven at core. The pharmaceutical industry literally fueled the opioid crisis in America, which has killed hundreds of thousands of people. So let me talk to them in the language they understand. Imagine all the lives that could potentially be saved, and people would go back to their daily lives and do things like this. Just think about all the potential accidents that could happen and the millions of OxyContin pills you can prescribe. Now, jokes aside, I understand that the lifting of patent protections is just the first step. We still have to work on manufacturing capacity, technical know-how, and whatnot. But there is also a Chinese saying, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Now let's take one right step at a time.